Good evening, Micromap here. Doing another video on the market and stocks and trends. Today's big news where TikTok CEO got drilled by lawmakers today. I watched some of the questions and hearings, but I was paying attention more to trading, and I'll go over some of the trades I did today and what I saw. Besides the TikTok news, the other big news was Square, which is Block, was accused of wrongdoing. Jack Dorsey's deal, Block shares plunge after short seller Hindenburg reports fraud, basically. Also, we had huge news on Janet Yellen saying that the Yellen says Treasury is ready to take additional actions if warranted to stabilize the banks. And that just means more inflation. Folks, things are not as rosy as they seem. They're printing billions and billions of dollars, which they say taxpayers are not going to be paying this, us the taxpayers, but in reality we are, because we're paying it through inflation, a tax which is without representation. They're just going to just inflate the money supply. Printing money is inflation. So let's scroll over the news, I guess, together. And then I'll tell you what I saw and what trades I did. Just got back from my kiddos' soccer. So the Asian markets fall as investors weigh Yellen remarks on banks. What else did it say there? Japan core inflation slows. Well, that's good news. I know UK's inflation skyrocketed. So all the indexes in Asia are down a little bit. The Kospi's down the most. Let me see how Shanghai
This is Real-Time
is
Insights.
acting.
I'm here with Kevin Flynn, EY America's Vice Chair of Tax. Kevin,
Down
thanks so much
very
for being
little.
here.
Shanghai's
Economic
been very,
uncertainty is the name of the game right now. What should be top of mind
There's
for
a lady
CFOs?
talking there, huh?
Well, planning and preparation is the
Let's
key.
close it and reopen it so she can be quiet. Pre-markets, Dow futures up 27, S&P up 5, Nasdaq down 12. Up 12. Sorry. Dow futures are flat. Investors weigh bank troubles, Fed decision. Europe was pretty flat. Yields someone keeps buying debt. I don't know who it is. It has to be the Fed. The biggest debt bubble ever, mankind. Treasury yields fall. So when yields fall, it means people are buying bonds. When yields rise, it means people are selling bonds. So right now, the Fed is raising rates, but interest rates on the bonds are going down. So the market is saying that the Fed's going to cut eventually. Oil drops 1% as U.S. in no rush to refill strategic reserve. Interesting news. And I've talked about that in my prior video, saying that oil sector, energy sector, very good play, because our strategic reserves as a country is at 40-year lows. But here's a headline saying no rush to refill strategic reserve. Interesting news. Gold, silver acting very well, and I'm loving it. And for you regular subscribers, know how I feel about the precious metals. I'm not going to hit a home run. I'm not going to get rich, but I'm going to preserve my purchasing power. And the best way you can save, in my opinion, is gold and silver. And they even sell copper rounds, interesting enough. And I like using APMEX. They're a pretty good little website. There's a bunch of them. There's, I think, J something, JB or JM Bullion, I think. There's a Gainesville Coins, Shift Gold. There's a lot of players out there. The dollar was weaker today, and foreign currencies were here a little bit lower. The Aussie, the yen, and the euro. Cryptos are doing well. and I've already said that you you gotta get 3 to 5% in there. I don't like the crypto space, but it is an asset class, and you have to respect the trend. And it looks like the trend is higher in Bitcoin and all these cryptos. But the gold standard is Bitcoin, and the silver standard, in my opinion, would be Ethereum. So you can probably get into them through Beetle or ETHE to name a few. And those are the indexes and futures. Can't get their act together. Crypto firm slam SEC Washington for lack of clarity on rules. Asia, we talked about that. Fund manager, what he looks for in stocks and why he avoids banks. And now you got to become a pro member to read any of these articles. I'm just scrolling through them, and I don't want to make this video too long. Try and keep it to, I don't know, 15 minutes. I don't have a timer on it, but how Binance employees support volunteers help use evade China crypto ban. Ukraine signatures count. That war's been going on forever. I think I covered. I mean, I've been, I watch the news and I do my job and I trade. And the biggest news today that I heard while I was watching the tube, I always have it on CNBC and stuff, was Yellen, Block, Square, and pretty much the TikTok hearing for the most part. On the trade front today, I had 24 fills and I have 30 working. Let's go to the orders. Filled today. I've been doing a lot of broken wing butterflies for some reason. I did one in Riot. I did one in no, I actually did an iron condor in gold. I did a butterfly in Chewy. So I collected $5 on Riot. I did an iron condor for $35 on gold. On Chewy, I collected $20. I sold a future, which I think I still have it right now to beta weight my portfolio. I did it a little bit lower, so I'm down maybe like $100 on that future. I did Iron Fly in Deutsche Bank, a Google Butterfly for $5, Meta Butterfly for $25. I sold call credit spread in Microsoft for $150. I closed my shorts on the Nasdaq and S&P for good profits today. I did a butterfly in gold for $10. I did a butterfly in Square Block for $30. I did a call credit spread in Netflix for $150. Nvidia butterfly for $45. Square another butterfly for $10. Iron Condor in the ETF KBE for $75. A Delta. Oh, I closed my Delta butterfly for another credit of $6. I did a butterfly in the SPY and these are mostly for next week, for $25. The Qs for $30. I sold the put credit spread in soybeans, and I sold my gold, silver, and that's it. I think I shorted the Nasdaq and S&P, and I bought them back on the topper ones. So those were my trades today that I saw in the market. Bar chart. Bar chart. Options, most active options. Tesla up $1, Nvidia up a strong 7, Apple up $1, Bank of America down 67, Block I talked about down 10, with decent IV rank. So Block was a good play. I think it's a good tradable stock. So I think that's one that's in play now. Take it to your advantage with the higher premiums. I just did a couple butterflies. I couldn't get, I wanted to see if I could do an iron condor, but I would like to be the IV rank a lot higher than 42. 50 or plus would be ideal. That's what I would like. Maybe I'll put another trade in there tomorrow. We'll see. Amazon flat. AMD has been really good. Up to Coinbase got hit with SEC. I have an iron condor in there, and it backed off. It's back in the middle of the range. So I'm happy with that. Still high IV rank. Microsoft up 5. Netflix up a whopping $26. Meta up 4. We had a good rally in some of these tech stocks. I think the Nasdaq almost hit 13K. Google up 223. First Republic, I have an iron condor. IV rank is still 94 in there. It's high. Google up 2. Wells down 59 cents. Baba 289, but no IV rank. GameStop gave back some of their gains from their earnings. Schwab down to 52. I like Schwab. I have put credit spread. It's one of my worst performing trades right now, but I still got some time. I think Schwab will be okay. I don't know if their TD Ameritrade merger went through. Citigroup pretty flat. Riot up with the correlation to Bitcoin. Snap up nicely with the TikTok news with Meta as well, as they try to ban TikTok here in the United States because everybody's zombified and walking into telephone poles and crashing and just have the heads in the phone and the TikTok all day. Honestly, I don't even use TikTok. It's sad. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm a workaholic. I just work a lot, and I watch the markets, and in the free time that I have, I try and do healthy things for myself: walk, lift, and be more physical, to try and stay as healthy as possible, and then enjoy my kiddo and her soccer. That's pretty much it. What else? I did a trade in Deutsche Bank. I did that Iron Fly because it has 100% IV rank. I sold the 9s and I bought the 4. I think I sold the 9s. Bought the 4 and I bought the 15. 15 or 14, something like that, for like $2. I got $200 credit. What else? Micron up 3. Chewy got hit hard. I think they're a apparel company. That thing's been on a tear. AI up $2 with AI intelligence, Chat GPT, I guess. And that's pretty it. That's the top 50 for today. We could take a look at the futures. They have futures here, and then we'll wrap it up. Out of here, I'm sorry. Going back to the options, I think you had good activity today. I'm so sorry here. What did I do here? Options. Overview. I think the ones that were most active today, Square was down 14% and Coin was down 14%. I think those are decent IV rank to sell some option strategies in there. Chime in if you need any help. I mean, I don't give financial advice, but I always like to talk about trades and stuff like that. On the future fronts, and then we'll wrap it up. Let's take a look at the futures. So soybeans got destroyed today, and the grains have not been acting well at all. Corn has been probably the best acting one out of all of them. We read the headline on oil. Natural gas is still there, the low range. Gold and silver are doing very well, and I think we're going to see all-time highs in gold again here shortly, which I think the all-time high was 2070 maybe? Not sure. I have to look at the chart. I want to say 2070. Let me see here. Now I'm curious. All-time high price of gold. 2074 in August of 2020. I was close, guys. I was close on the top of my head. Hey, where did bar chart go? Bar chart. I think my Panthers lost today, bro. That sucks. All right, futures. All right, so full list, and we talked about the gold. I know silver hit 50 before. Man, I could use silver at 50. That would be beautiful. Um, live cattle, man, the hogs and the. Let me see what live cattle do, but that's the active contract. Let me see. Cash 162. April's was 162.15. I'm tired, man. Okay, go back. Sorry for the yawn. Lean hogs, that's been struggling. I think that was at $75 today, the front month. 75. Things gone down in a straight line. Look at this. Look at this chart. Let me see if I can get a chart. 1 month. Look at that. From 90 basically straight down to 76. That is horrible. That's lean hogs. These are futures, guys. So we did the meats. I don't really do anything with the softs. I don't even know what the volume is in these things. As you can see, cotton is very lightly traded. But look, hey, these contracts are pretty good. Sugar, cocoa, coffee. I don't. You have to have membership to the ICE exchange to do those. I don't have it. Whatever. Futures are hanging in there overnight. VIX down to 24, pretty up there. Dollar up a smidge. And the currencies, all the currencies are down. And the bonds. Yeah, I don't understand this bond play. I got hurt playing the interest rates. I thought they were gonna go higher, and they didn't. I think eventually they will go higher. They need to go higher, and people will realize that, wake up and say, what am I doing in these bonds? If they're eroding, inflation erodes bonds, because bonds are basically an IOU that the government sells to pay you later date in dollars. So, you got to have a premium. Inflation's running 7% easy, 8, and these bonds are not even at those rates. So you're actually losing if you calculate inflation into those bonds. But anyways, the highlights of today were Yellen and the banks. The IV ranks stay high in the bank plays. You can formulate trades in the banks, different strategies. High IV rank strategies are iron condors. That's a defined risk trade. Or you could do straddles and strangles. That's an undefined risk trade if you have the stomach for that, which has a higher probability of profit. Or you could do iron flies. You could do broken wing butterflies. You could do put credit spreads or call credit spreads. Financials, so they're struggling with the banks. I think the dollar heads lower. I like gold and silver. I like the necessities that people need. Consumer staples, I guess. Agricultural, I think is where you want to be. Emerging markets, very important. Emerging markets. For emerging markets, you can be in EWZ. You could be in EM as an emerging market ETF. If you want to be country specific, you can go to China, FXI. You can go down the line here and pick different ones that may interest you. EEM is a good one. It's emerging market ETF. You can get particular. You can go into Brazil, EWZ. I think there was one for Mexico. There's one for everything. There's ETFs for everything. Just Google it if you want to get into different countries, which I recommend. So yeah. Also, blockchain, not blockchain, a Square and Coin in the crypto space. There's some action again in the crypto space. You can have a little allocation into that. I think you have Beetle. Beetle's right here. Right there's Beetle, up 7% today. The one that I don't see is ETHE. ETHE has for Ethereum if you want to get into it. But those are the asset classes you want to focus on, and energy. Nibble on energy. I think energy will go much higher. Anyways, like the channel, subscribe, share with your friends and loved ones, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good night.